welcome to another episode of Two Wise Men. Hey, I'm your host, Coach Wise. I got my main man, Coach D Wise here. Coach D Wise, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Coach, man? It's been a while. We got a lot to talk about, don't Coach? We got to talk about these showcases we got coming, signing they just passed, Coach, man. We got a lot to cover, Coach.
All right, you were talking about. Let's get straight into the cut of the chase. You were talking about signing day, and we had first signing period was in December. Second signing period was February. First week in February. Heard you guys did pretty good with the next level classic event. The guys that y'all bring in every year, those 100 juniors that has no name, no coaches, know nothing about it. Heard y'all doing a great job spin those guys out. I ain't even speaking of the sophomore and freshman guys. Can we touch on a couple guys that maybe notable guys that you signed out this year?
Oh yeah, Coach. Like you just like you just mentioned, we had the first signing period back in December, and then we got the second one that we just passed 2 weeks ago in the first week of February. And so back in December, we signed a great group of young men. We signed a couple guys back. I'm gonna go off December 1st. We signed Michael Clayton went to Rutgers, defensive back out of Roland Robin, Georgia. We had DJ Avery went to Georgia State, receiver right here out of Alpharetta, Georgia. We had Joel Baptiste went to Tulane, offensive lineman out of Louisiana. Coach, we had we had what my guy named, Coach? Man, Wolf. We had Q. Oh yeah,
Wolf, you
Q.
talking
Point
about
Torres.
Wolf?
Yeah, Point Torres. We had Point Torres went to Memphis. We had Memphis. Went to Memphis. Like I said, that's just a couple guys in the first signing period. In the second signing period, Coach, we signed out Haston Crawford, Kennesaw State, out Alabama. We signed Christian O'Neal out from Cincinnati, went to Tulsa. We signed Kyle Locke, went to William Penn out of Missouri, Coach. We had LJ Pounds out of Baldwin High School, went to Morehouse. So just talking about the schools, like I said, we got the D1s, we got a mixture of academic guys, so we just don't got guys, like we say, Coach, on the next level, right? Next level off the field, not just next level on the field, right? So we there's just a couple guys that we spitting out on notable guys from the signing periods.
One thing I'd like you to elaborate on a little bit since we're on this topic. I hear a lot of people across the country say y'all doing this game, all-star game, next level classic, and y'all got the next level junior classic. And then I turn around, I read some stuff, and y'all promote it. It's not a game, it's a program. So Correct. Can you explain to me how did the next level junior classic from beginning to end versus spin these guys out? How do your program how do your program have anything to do with the development or getting the kid in, or what is it taught? What is your program? That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yes, sir. So, Coach, like you say, the whole development, and that's the key word, right? Development in our program. Like I said, everybody want to say it's a game, but it's not a game. Like I said, we take our time and pour into these young men. First of all, we identify these young men. Just like we said, we got the Cosby Showcase, we identify you, right? And so when we identify these guys, it's all about the measurables and everything, what we look for in our program. Like we always say, are you an OKG, our kind of guy? And the type of guy we look for, Coach, like you say, of course, measurables. Of course, your film is your resume. But then we do deep research into the young men because every young man got to fit into our program, right? Just because you can run and jump and do all those good things don't mean you fit in our program. Just like I mentioned to you earlier, it's a lot of academic schools that I mentioned to you. So we had those guys with those grades. So with our program, Coach, we're all about bringing a young man in. We put them in uncomfortable situations, right? Just because you're playing a position on Friday night don't mean you're gonna play that position for us. We put you in the best position possible to get you to the highest level, right? What we mean by the highest level, not saying that you're gonna go to the next level. We want to put you to the highest. So we reach for the stars and we fall. It's okay, right, Coach? So the biggest thing with our whole program, and like I said, we bring in a group of young men that probably feel like they're getting overlooked. Where everybody uses the term underdog, right, Coach? But we don't believe in the word underdog. We just take young men, like I say, just what we say misfits. They might just be missing some film, they might be out of position on their high school film, and we're gonna put them in the right position of showcase, and they're able to showcase who they are with the film that we got and with the great coaching that we bring in. We do a lot with these young men from the whole off the field aspects, from the social media, from the NILs, from how to market yourselves, how to make sure them academics right. So, like you say, Coach, when you talk about just a game, yeah, we just put them in shoulder pads and equipment says run around. it's bigger than just running around, coach. It's the full development, and that's why we continue to spit these guys out to the next level because we know what the colleges are looking for. We sit down with colleges every day and we ask them, coach, what you looking for? What's your criteria? And we try to match those guys perfect. And that's why we're able to spit these athletes out.
I want to touch on one of the things since you broke it down like that. And I've been looking at a lot of stuff out here. And even me, I've been in the game, Coach D-Wise, of course, 20 plus years. And I had parents after parent ask me, what is the correct way to get my child recruited? And for a long time, I really couldn't answer that question 1,000%. I could give them some of the formulas, but I couldn't answer the question. And this is what I found out this year and going into this year. Guys, recruiting is all about who knows who represents your brand, and who can sell you and explain your downfall. I would like to take the young man, Hasten Crawford, that you mentioned, and then you hear people say, if you don't have so many offers going into your senior year, you might well give up. But that young man signed Conference USA, okay? But that's one of those guys. So can we elaborate a little bit on, and I know you was in the trenches with it, how did a kid like a Hasten Crawford come to the next level classic? And I'm sure y'all grabbed his hand all the way through the process, and his family, what I hear. We grabbed his hand, and then he got split out to Kennesaw State. Tell me what Hasten Crawford brought to the table for that deal versus what Next Level Classic series helped with on that deal, or Coach Wise or Coach D-Wise helped them.
So the thing, coach, that Hasten Crawford brought to the table, first of all, like what we always say, the mentals, right? He came in when we first got Hasten Crawford his junior year of high school. He came in at 6'6", about 320. He was a bit overweight, and so after he left our program, we was able to pour into him and write a game plan for him and his parents to follow to get him where he needed to go. Of course, he was 6'6", 320, coach, but we had to get that weight off of him, correct? And then we had to properly train him how to be a great offensive lineman. So he worked, like you said, about the trenches. He worked in the trenches with us. Everything that we had going, Hasten Crawford was a part of us, coach. He had got with me, myself, O-line guy, O-line coach, Coach Wise. And like I said, me and Hasten went. His mom was bringing him over from Alabama every weekend to train. Anything that we had doing. So first of all, his parents invested in him, coach. Like I said, we had a good structure in him, but it was a lot of things we had to clean up, right? We had to drop some weight. So now he's down with 295, coach. Now he's moving better. He's more athletic. He's more fluent. So the things that college coaches look for, and you can go watch what Coach Mack said about him. Coach Mack said he's very athletic, he's very big, he's very strong, and that's what they look for. So it's all about what these guys are looking for. So like I just told you earlier, we matched it right on. So when Kennesaw State said they're looking for offensive linemen, do I have that type? Yes, I have that type because we already had him in house and we groomed him from when we got him until now. And that's why he was able to go to Kennesaw State because we made him fit the bill that university was looking for. Yes, he was 6'6", coach, but in the day, you can be big and still can't move. You can be big and still can't play ball. But like you say, he bought into our program. His family bought into the program. And like I said, it just speaks volume from them buying into the program. So that's why he ended up at Kennesaw State, because the work that his parents put into it and the work that we did by breaking him all the way down and building him right back up.
So this is what I'm trying to get you to explain, Coach D-Wise. You said some great stuff by him. And then you mentioned Coach Mack over here, Kennesaw State. So what you telling me, just because you had Hastings and you heard that they need an O-line, you matched the two, or how did that come? Did you have to tell them why they need to take a Hasten Crawford, or did Hasten Crawford just jump off the board just because he was the big guy they needed the O-line?
Oh no, we had to sell him. We had to sell him, right, Coach?
Give me the good, man. Forget we taking the gloves off. Give me the good. Tell me how all that really takes place, because I think people think and parents think, and you got people out here saying, if your son can play, they're gonna find him. Do you really believe that?
Oh no, sir. Like you spoke on it earlier, Coach. You said it's all about recruiting, all about who you know, and all about the network, right, Coach? So, like you say, with Coach Mack trusting, because we done sent plenty of young men to Coach Mack before, correct, Coach? And so when the coaches trust that you're eyeing, that you can constantly send them players that succeed in their program, they can constantly believe me. But like you say, with Hasten Crawford, had to explain to coach why do the kid feature a program, why you should take this kid. So it goes deeper than just, oh, coach, he can watch the film. When you send the film, yeah, the film was good. But tell me, coach, what makes this kid so much different than the next guy, right? So, like you said, so now Coach Matt trusts my word over the next person's word or whoever he deals with because he understands the type of guys that we produce. And like we keep saying, relationships, right? And he trusts our relationship. And like you say, Casey Crawford got sold to that university, not just because he played football. We got to tell him what little things, why you should take him, what makes this kid so great. That the things that film don't show, we was able to tell him the things that film don't show a lot about a young man, right? Even for example, you go watch Haston Crawford's film, he played a whole bunch on tackle. So coach said, hey, coach, we don't need no more tackle. We need guys to play all over. So by having that classic film, we was able to get the film from the classic, showing the kid playing center, guard, and now high school film got him playing tackle. So now we sold him as what we say a one guy. So a guy that can play for almost position is one guy. So that's a steal. So Haston Crawford made himself an asset through the next level classic by gaining that film and showing that extra, like you say, coach, the stuff that coach didn't see on film, we was able to tell coach him. So he got sold through our program, like you say, the network and the trust that we have.
Well, Coach D.Y., you blow my mind a little bit. Back up a little bit because you said something that I don't think people understand. So you telling me this kid, Haston Crawford, you talking about, some film that came to y'all little All-Star game, little 4-day deal, some film and stuff you got on him helped him get a full scholarship.
Yes, sir. I can prove it to you, coach.
So tell me more about this next level class. Why should if my child got an invite, because I understand y'all offer those junior guys, why should he be so overwhelmed to accept that invite now versus say, hey man, this is just another game somebody do?
Because the next level dream classic, coach, I can say it all day. It's literally life changing. It's life changing. That's why I call it the next level dream classic, man. You know, it's so much bigger than the game. Even coach, you know, you go back 2, 3, 4 years from now, you got guys that are reaching out to you left and right, and they want to be back a part of your program because what we instilled in these young men, coaches. So, like I say, if a young man gets an invite from us, don't just throw it away. Or we say an offer, look into it and say, when we offer you guys, we put it personal. Call us, talk to us, because we want to tell you why our program is so beneficial. Our program is beneficial not just because, like we were saying, you're going to play college football. It's about what we instill in you after you leave us, coach. Like everybody say, our structure. It's about the discipline because that's what you get at the next level in college. We run our program just like you're getting treated in college. If you can't, our program tells a young man if he can play at the next level or not. And that's the great thing about it. And that's why a lot of college coaches take so much power to our program and say, coach, every kid that you got, we want them because we already know they're bred a certain way, right, coach? They got the structure to them. They got everything they need into them because, like you say, it's not just about a jersey. It's not just about a game. The game is all good and dandy, but in the day, what are we teaching them? Or what are we doing? Are we teaching them inside the classroom? Are we just preaching football to them? No, coach, like I say, our program is life changing. That's why if a young man gets the opportunity, you got to come be a part because we change lives every day, coach. Like you say about a Haston Crawford, the Christian O'Neills, so many more, the Robbie Harris, so many of these young men that probably would have never had an opportunity, but they got opportunity because they trusted the next level junior classes, right? Because they trusted the program, they trusted the process, and that's why those young men sitting where they sitting at right now. And like you say, coach, and that's my whole thing about it. If you guys about the classic, it's lifetime, it's impactful, man, because we can go down hundreds of names, coach. Because like I said, we've been doing this last 6 years, coach, going on 7 years, and I can show you guys that didn't have nothing, guys that everybody gave up on, but we took in and brought them to our family, coach, and and these young men are making impacts right now. Like I say, a young man by the name of Jordan Chestnut, coach. You know, Jordan Chestnut came in our program 5 years ago. Because didn't touch a lick of football, coach. They never played because you know that year in South Carolina, his junior year, why the next level junior class came because they didn't have football. The kid played in 2 games. The kid probably played in more college games than he played in high school games because of short season. And now that kid's playing Division I football. And like I said, so those are the type of guys, coach, that we continue to pour out and pour into their families. And like you say, changing lives, coach. And that's what our program's all about. It's like you say, impactful and life changing. So if anybody asks me about the next level junior class, I'm gonna tell you it's life changing. So you definitely gotta look into it because it's so much deeper than what you see. You got to ask your questions. So parents, when you talking about an all-star game, exposure events, ask your questions. Ask the question. Ask how because like we always say, I recruit the same kid every year. So if I come and get you, that means I done seen you before it, last year, the year before it. And if I tell you something, you can take it to the bank because I can show you the same kid and you every single time. So like I say, when we talk about exposure, ask your question. Just call. That's why we put phone numbers out there. Do your research. Let's just don't say some money grab. Go find out who was a part of those programs. Go find out those kids' backstories in those programs. Because like you say, coach, we're not dealing with the 4 and 5 stars, coach. We're dealing with the 0 stars. But guess what? They turn into 4 and 5. There are faces. We got kids, coach, that had 0 stars that face college programs, Division I programs right now. And so that's just tell you what. So it don't matter if you got 4 stars by your name in high school. It's all depending on what you do when you get to the next level. Because when you get there, everybody the same, coach. Everybody the same.
So I want to move on a little bit because I know our Vision Sports Education Foundation, TYGTAL, got some new stuff this year launching. And I'm going to start here because one part of it ain't new. I'm just going to call it a reinvention because now we're bringing it back after the COVID. But I know we added some major to it type deal. So the first thing is I'm going to run down some stuff real quick. It's the College ID Showcase, TYGTAL College ID Showcase, which, we had that going prior to the Next Level Classic. And the Classic was a spin-off of that because of COVID. And now we're back, okay? And we're doing that with boys football. But guess what now? We done picked up girls flag football college ID showcases as well. So I want to mention a couple quick things and then we'll elaborate on it. I know right now on the schedule we're doing college ID showcase and because of the colleges and because of the fans and the people in the know said, okay, we're gonna run our guys that morning on the date in a different city, and the young ladies gonna be in the afternoon with the flag football in the afternoon. I know right now March the 9th, here in Alpharetta, Georgia, with John Creek, Georgia, Northview High School, we got the TYGTAL College ID Showcase Boards event that morning, followed that evening by the girls flag football event. Followed that March 22nd, we're gonna be over in Fayetteville, North Carolina, March 22nd, same layout, okay? Followed by, I think it's April the 19th, we'll be down in Orlando, Florida on UCF's campus, okay? Same layout. And then we got a couple more that gonna hit the platform this week. I know we got Orlando, Florida, as I said. Behind Orlando, Florida deal, we got Birmingham, Alabama on the book as well. Montgomery, Alabama on the book as well. So we got a lot of going with the College ID Showcase, okay? So with the College ID Showcase, I want to touch on this. What is the College ID Showcase? Okay? And what we always say, and this always was a winner for us, what we out there is exposure, and more exposure, okay? And with our College ID Showcases, let's talk about the boards first. Yes, we're able to push all your data through live streaming directly to the colleges. All the footage, we're going to give you the film, footage on Huddle, to all the footage that you need, okay, for you can make highlight film. On top of that, you're going to get taught correctly, and you're going to be able to compete with people all over the place, okay, at the same time. Now, let's follow up with the new deal with the girls' flag. Now, everybody knows girls' flag is one of the hottest emerging sports in the country right now. You got a lot of NAIA colleges got teams. You got a couple of NCAA teams got girl teams, and even the NCAA has it as an emerging sport right now, in which is going to be a full sport here very soon. But what we want to do with the young ladies, yes, young ladies out there balling. I talked to one the other day. She telling me that they don't want the baggy shorts and the baggy shirts. They ready to ball. They want the gloves and everything else. So what we're going to come with them is same layout. We're going to let them put their talent on the film while college coaches get to watch it. Sometimes we'll have the college coaches in the building. Sometimes they'll be online, but the young ladies will get all footage at the same time. So Coach D Wise, I know you came back. So I was talking more of the college ID showcase, flag football versus that. Anything you want to add to it?
Look at the history of college showcase, coach. Like you say, you talk about thousands of kids. Like if you go back through the COVID time, a lot of kids playing on Saturday right now during the COVID times because of college ID showcase, right, coach? If you go back to the Greenville, South Carolina days, the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina days, the Alpharetta, Georgia. If you go look at the roster of the college ID showcase rosters, it's a lot of those guys playing college football right now, coach. And so when you look at I say the college showcase is the godfather of showcases. That's what I'm gonna say. So now adding the piece for the young ladies is even more amazing because we able to provide another platform for those young ladies to get their names out there, just like we did for young men. But like I said, if you talk about even we're gonna say Quincy Riley, right? Coach came through the showcase, gonna be a first round draft pick. You got Joe Owens, you got guys like that and been through the showcase that nobody knew about. Everybody gave up on. So when we talk about even the classics and the showcases, coach, the showcase might be more powerful than the classic. So, like I tell anybody, if you want to be identified to come be a part of the classic, that's how you get to the classic by coming through the showcase because that's how everybody started in the get go. When we started 2022 class, coach, most of our guys came through the showcase, came through the college showcase. They got identified through there. And so, like I tell anybody, when you look at the show, go do your homework, right? Go find out. Go do your history. Go find out what event pin really giving you young man real life scholarship, coach. You know, like I know, coach. We had what the college showcase. We go live stream. College coaches offering guys on the spot. Coach, we had kids commit to colleges on the spot at the college ID showcase. So when we talk about the history of the college showcase, coach, we can go on and on. So like I said, we are the godfather of showcase. So any other a lot of people that doing today, they got the blueprint from us, coach. So like I tell anyone, if you really want to go to a showcase and get the exposure and get development, just like you say, coach, what is exposure, right? Exposure means so many different things. So the College Showcase is definitely a great platform for these young men, especially now for these young ladies. So I tell anybody, jump on it right now because this is the path and this is the start into how you get to the next level by coming to the College ID Showcase.
Just go to our YouTube channel, TYGTAL Exposure. You can watch all the college ID showcases we ever did live. You can see those guys committing on the spot. You can see them running the drills. You can hear the commentators, the whole 9 yards to it. That's number one thing that I would like to say about the college ID showcase. Now, number two thing about college ID showcase, what we're coming back stronger with this year that we didn't have is now we got the coaches pack and the coaches package for the girls and the boys, where that means we got a package that everything we know about that kid from the film coming from our showcases all the way down is in a package that's in every college in the country, no matter what division they play. And then it has certified on top of it, certified by TYGTAL Exposure. You want to be in that, you want your name in that package. You want your picture in that package. You want your film in that package. You want your transcript in that package. That equal exposure, exposure, exposure. Anything else, Coach D.Y.?
Like you say, coach, exposure. And like you say, with that film is important because like we mentioned earlier, coach, you're able to showcase who you are. You're able to show if you're a receiver, you're able to show that you can run every route. Don't matter if you're a high school coach, you run the wing tee or not run the wing tee. You're able to show that you can catch a football. You can run every single route. As a running back, you can show your jump because of offensive lineman. You can show all the inside zone, step outside zone. You can show everything. Like we always say, coach, the college showcase is all about that's the only event that we're gonna have that's about you, right? It's about So when it's always about you, and you come in showcasing who you are and selling yourself. Because what we always say, coach, the eye in the sky don't lie, right?
And then for college, these showcase a little more because we still talking about the flag part and the regular football part. The event is only a 3 hour event. So you come in there, you bust your butt basically for 2.5 hours, put it on film, you get all the film, you getting all your name in the coaching pack, you getting it sent out. Who better than you if you really trying to get your name on the board?
Then I got one more. Is it any testing, coach? Do y'all doing the testing with the college showcase?
Oh, test, no, we don't run no 40. It's all showcasing your skill set and your ability. As you said, listen, if you're a wide receiver, we want to see you catch the ball and run route. We don't care nothing about you running no 40. We leave that for the people that
But
want to be.
I heard the college coaches want you for it. So why don't you y'all doing the testing at college showcase, coach? Don't college coaches want to see times? Don't they want to see all that good stuff?
Truthfully, the reason why we don't do the testing, because if you're going to do the testing, you got to do the testing correct and accurate. And you got to buy the real equipment to do it with. Have you ever been to one of these showcases or combines and they hands stop watching?
Yep.
Man, that stuff ain't accurate. Now, it is something out there that running lasers, like, when we was at the University of Kentucky. But who got the money that going to go out here and spend that money on all the lasers? Okay.
Right.
So, but the reason why we don't do testing because we don't want to get a kid nothing negative on the jacket or bad timing on the jacket because somebody forgot to match the button at the right time or somebody did. So that's one reason we don't do the test.
So what you saying, coach, is by me going to a certain event and running 40 or doing the testing, it can hurt me, coach?
It can kill you. It can actually kill your stock. Let's just say, for example, you put out there that you're a 4.5 40 guy, and you come
Okay.
to one of these events and they forget the clock time right, and you run a 4.7 and you're a wide receiver. Guess what? Nobody wants a 4.7 wide receiver. You would have came out better not running the time and just let somebody assume what your time is because it's not an accurate time. Plus, again, I'm going back to the University of Kentucky because D-Wise, because we were there watching. The University of Kentucky said, we don't care nothing about no 40. We got our laser sets for 20 because you're never going to hardly run a 40-yard dash in a game in one straight line. Okay? But they're trying to see how explosive you are. Can I tell how explosive you are by not running a 40? Yes. There's a lot of different drills. One drill is the bendability drill. Okay, bendability, flexibility show you if you're explosive or not. So it just each in its own. But I do think a lot of these young people go out here and they chase these dreams and they do things that, as I said last week, they do things that doesn't get them ahead, and the stuff that they should do that get them ahead, they won't do it. And then they want to know why they can't win at the end of the day because you're not doing the right thing.
Correct. And coach, I see a big thing right now with these young men. Everybody say, coach, I'm going to such and such because they got the writers, they got the media, so it's the media. So when you go into these showcases, coach, are you looking for the media sources? Are you looking for college scouts? What should we be looking for as an athlete and as a parent? Because everybody use the word exposure, right? Everybody said, so people think when we say exposure, it mean college coaches. It mean 24/7 pages. It mean Rob. So can you elaborate to me more about where do the exposure piece come in for the Cosby Showcase, coach? Is it the media sources? How big is the media sources for you? How important for me to go to a camp that has all the media sources? Or do I just need to go somewhere I can get the tape to prove what I do on tape, or I need to go prove what somebody got a pen got to say about me, coach? Which one is it? Do I get the film or the pen?
We destroy a lot of these young people because we tell them to go get the reward instead of the process first. I think anybody that's looking for an event to go to, and you're an athlete, you need to go to get better. You need to go to compete, learn your craft, do the best you can do, and get your name out there. If you go on an event that off the bat, you're looking for an offer, you already struck out. If you're going to an event just to get and be Hollywood or just to be media fame, you're already losing the battle because when that doesn't happen, you feel like you haven't. When that doesn't happen, you feel like you ain't did good. You're a disgrace, and that's not true. You got to get better. What colleges rather see you do is struggle, and then you get better, and they can see you growing, getting better. A lot of guys don't get better. That's the problem. A lot of guys, I'm saying again, don't get better. They the same guy as you always said, Coach D. Wise, from ninth grade, has a little talent, but when he get in 11th grade, never stepped up another notch because what he was chasing never exists. Okay, it's good to get your name wrote. Everybody want a little shine. Everybody want to, I guess they say, feel appreciated. What guys don't understand these days, this is a business, Coach D. Wise. It ain't nothing fun about it. It is a business, 100% business. from A to Z. Parents, stop forgetting it. It ain't about your son's or daughter's feelings or what makes them feel good or what motivates them is big. And until you go into these events, understanding the business, and for me to learn, and for me to compete, and for me to get better, you're gonna lose no matter what event you go to. That's where I look at.
You're right, Coach. And even speaking on that, Coach, another thing I want to get your opinion on, Coach. And like you just mentioned, everybody chasing want the reward right now. And so even when you talk about that ninth grader and they're not as good as they were they junior year, what I seen on sign, and this might be the reason what was going on. What I seen on sign there, cause I seen a couple young men, Coach, and when there was a 9th, 10th grade coach, had every offer in the country, had every P4 offer big time, be 4 stars by the name, all that good stuff, Coach. But when it came to signing day, them guys signed with lower level programs, or they didn't sign no programs at all. So is that what you speaking on? Is that chasing the process too early, or how did that work from guys that do get offers in the 9th, 10th grade, Coach? But when it's time to sign that name to that paper, they don't exist no more. So why is it because of fake offers, Coach? It's because they going to these camp showcases and getting the write ups on them, or what is it? The kids' fault, the parents' fault? Whose fault is it that these young men are getting these big time offers early, but when it's time for them to sign at their senior year, they're not going nowhere near their university? Because where is that coming from?
That's a great question. But it's a little bit of all to this. People don't understand the business part. People don't understand how the game is really played. They teaching these young people that the game is played halfway and it's not. Okay, so let's talk about that ninth grader that jumped out here and blew up and had all these offers. First of all, that kid never got any better because everybody kept telling him how great he was as a ninth grader, and nobody couldn't tell him no difference. First of all, parents, put your son around people that are gonna tell him the truth, not what he want to hear or not what you guys want to hear. Because you got to realize, Coach DY, a lot of parents want to hear certain things, and when they don't hear, they pull away and they go a different direction. And then at the end, when they fail, they want to blame it on somebody because a lot of people can't stand the truth. Okay, to be honest, there's a song out there saying, "Can you stand the pain?" A lot of people can't stand the pain because Johnny was such good as a ninth grader, but as a 10th grader, all the 8th graders that wasn't as good had trained and then became better. But Johnny thought he was the man, so he never got better. He didn't never think he had to train. He didn't think he had to go compete. He didn't think he had to run scout team at practice because he thought he was the man, but he never got better. Okay, that's number two thing. All right, then the key to it all is, as a ninth grader, Coach DY, they're getting these offers, the ninth grader, 10th grader, 11th grader, getting these offers. Nobody ain't never pulled no transcript. They just going straight. They going straight off of. They're just going straight off of athletic ability. Okay. Now, when they get up into that junior year, getting in that senior year in the colleges, start pulling transcript and see Johnny that got offered in the ninth grade got a 1.5, a 1.75, 1.95 GPA. There he just tanked and he just crushed and burned because they said we can't do nothing with him. It didn't matter who he is, though. None of that don't matter. And that's what a lot of you guys are calling fake offers. Okay, which they using the word fake offer too big because that's not a fake offer. That was a real offer. Your son just didn't handle all his business because guess what? Nobody never told him what classes to take. And then the parents are, well, my school did him wrong because they put him in the wrong class. The parent, you got to be proactive. It ain't about where the school put him in. You got to be on top of that. Or you got to have somebody around your son camp that's watching all that. So when they spit out all the way. So to answer your question, it's a lot to come through. And I watched that this year because I really was disappointed myself seeing some all-state players that, like you said, had all the Power 5 offers in the country, and then come their senior year, they doing one or two things. Or we gonna reclass what? Or we decided to go to junior college. For what? If you had all your business straight, you never should have had to go nowhere near that. Okay? But athletic ability, Coach DY, versus all these fake offers or thinking you better than everybody else, and you out here taking all the pictures and act like you holier than thou, it and catch up with you. And what makes me mad is when they catch up with them, they want me to feel sorry for them. Or they want you to feel sorry for them. Man, they look, bro, just got let down. No, y'all should have taught them business. So I think that's the business part that we need to start teaching parents as well as student athletes.
And all those things you do learn it at the ID Showcase in the next level classic, correct, Coach?
Correct, because y'all bring that guy in that called Coach Wise up that talk to the parents and break all this stuff down so they understand and they know the thing. But Coach D Wise, listen, man, we got to get us another episode going here soon and bring some more knowledge to the screen. But hey man, it's good to see you. Hey, to see you again next week.
See you again that week, Coach.
All right.